Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Sidney Jean-Charles Road to the Show on MLB The Show 22. We are entering the final month of this season. A season that has already seen us win 89 games and Sidney's hit 63 home runs. We're trying to become the #1 team in the National League, while also seeing if Sidney has what it takes to break the single-season MLB home run record. With 63 home runs entering the season's final month, he is 10 away from tying 73 hit by Barry Bonds back in 2001. I still remember all the updates and the watch for that. It's one of those things I'll probably never forget. But now Sidney needs 10. He has 63 home runs this year in 136 games. So if we just do it based on that and not at bats, because it's just a little bit easier, and we look at how many games we have remaining, we have 26 games left. Sidney is hitting a home run every 2.15 games. So if we just divide that into 26, maintaining that same pace would give him 12 more home runs and 75 on the season. So we have some goals to chase here down the stretch while we hope to build up a safer lead over the Brewers here in the National League Central. Want to avoid a wild card, even though it's now a 3-game series, and I assume franchise and Road to the Show reflect those wild cards now in here, but I haven't actually experienced it yet. But hopefully we don't have to worry about that. I want 100 plus wins, 74 home runs. We get there. I'm happy with this season for Sidney Jean-Charles. So first up here, September 1st, we're going to take on the San Francisco Giants. We have split the first 2 games in this series, and we look to see if we can take home another series win. They even have ceremonial first pitches in the game. I just love all the details here in the show. You know I can't get enough of that. It's time for us to play some baseball. How about those numbers for Joey Lucchesi? We just have so many guys who it seems are having outstanding career years. So, Sidney's also at 140 RBIs, but that RBI record, it's so difficult to chase down. I was looking it up because I wasn't even sure. It's not a record you hear referenced very often. And the record is 191. And this record has stood since 1930. Hack Wilson, Hall of Famer, had it back in 1930 on 709 plate appearances. That's an awful lot. Like 709. I have no idea how many games they played back in the day. But, I guess that's 4.3 a game. If you do 162 games, no off days. I guess they do get 700 appearances. But yeah, 190. You got to have good luck as far as your home runs coming when men are on base. Come on, man. In there, the sinker. Logan Webb's interesting. I feel like I've struggled against him throughout my time playing the show. 1 and 2. Let's see if we've faced him at all in this series. I know I've seen him plenty in franchise. Logan Webb, 8 for 4, so we're actually crushing him here. Whoa, this one hits him. Our friendship has lost points, and Sidney walks to first base. Stealing went pretty well last episode, and they were ready for it. Almost in there. With 2 down, though, I'm just going to steal oftentimes, unless it's late in the game. Maybe a base running error is more of a problem. But now we're down 2-0 here in the 4th inning. Runner at second base for Sidney. And that one is lined out behind the runner right at short. Put a good swing on that one. Could we be looking at actually losing a series here? We have 1 on. They get a base hit here in the 6th and still nobody down. And we still don't have any runs. So a good chance for the Giants, who then cannot cash in. And Sidney bats again with 2 down in the 6th. Logan Webb still in the game at 73 pitches. In the air, hit well to left field. But the catch is made. Not quite to the track. Rough game here. I think this series might finally be won by the opposition. And here's Sydney with the bases empty. Bottom of the 9th inning. Logan Webb's going for a complete game shutout here. Can we at least break that up? But at least here chasing a home run record, like every at-bat is going to have a little more drama now, even like this one. We need 12 home runs. Or actually 11 would be fine. 10 ties, 11 takes over the record. That was late. And it's flied to left, and Sydney will not get a hit in this game. Good series there for the Giants. They take 2 out of 3, and our streak of wins comes to an unfortunate end. Let's get ready for our next series. And we know it's always weird against the Pirates. We get them 3 games now on the road, and then 3 against the Cubs. 58-win Pittsburgh hosts us for a few games now, and Sydney has played better against them in the more recent series. In his career, 50 games, 248 against the Pirates, 9 home runs. So it hasn't been a team that we've had a ton of success against. And now 2 down in the first as we bat against Ryan Jensen. That is chopped up the line, foul, out in front of the slider. And chopped to the right side again. This time, a play by the second baseman. It's over the pitcher's head. And Sydney will scramble into second on a defensive blunder here by the Pirates. They'll give him a single. So, at least it's a hit. Yeah, that's a really tough throw to make there. You don't normally see, like, baseball players have to make that specific throw. A right-handed hitter or thrower moving at that angle. That was like something Patrick Mahomes might try tonight. 2 down here, runner on second. And it's Sydney, of course. You already knew that. 2 strikes on Nolan. This one is stopped at second base. Sydney around third, and he will score! Nolan beats out the throw that gives Sydney a chance to round third with the diving stop, slowing down the play a little bit. I'm always looking for these specific opportunities. He stops it, has to go retrieve it. You know the throw's going to first anyway, so I felt like it was pretty safe there to head home. Oh, and we weren't done there. We get 2 with 2 down. We capitalize on the error. And now that second one, you know, it's not an error, but if you make the play, it saves a run. So, I mean, that second baseman's not having the best day of his season. And now it's a 2-1 ball game. Don't know why I swung at that one there. 2-0. Got a change up off the plate. 2-1. And just not dialed in quite yet. Popped out. And now we're looking for more 2-out magic. 2 on, 2 down for Sydney. Jensen at 73 pitches. You got him on the ropes here. All right, it's the 4th inning. A hit here breaks it open. Makes them go to their bullpen. This is going to left center field. Extra bases and 2 will score. Sydney will stop at second. And he comes through with a very sharp hit into that left center gap. So 142 RBIs now for Sydney. Beautiful swing. Very similar to the lineout in the previous game. Just nobody was there to snag it. Hey, the Pirates are fighting back, though. We have 6 runs on 12 hits. They have 4 runs on 5 hits. So they've been a little more efficient than us. 2 down here in the 6th, runner at first base. That's going to be tough. Sydney will play it on 1 hop. Couple base runners here for the Pirates. As I've always said, you know, you got to watch out for the Pirates, who hit a 3-run homer. O'Neal Cruz has given them the lead in a 6th-run 6th. So just like that, we trail. And Ryan Jensen is off the hook for an L. This one is past third base, and Sidney reaches on a one-pitch single. Go into the bullpen. They bring out one of their heavy hitters, John Curtis. Guess what, everybody? He is in the Rockies franchise. And here's Nolan. You don't bring up that stat down there. 13 double plays. It's a 2-0 count. You're not counting on a double play ball. You're counting on something up in the air, but he's under this one badly. One down. It's a 2-1 count to Tyler O'Neill. We need at least one to tie. And it's drilled a long way. Out to left field. This one's back, and the catch is made. I could no longer see it. And I also forgot the stop button. I think it's right trigger. I tried a couple others, so a process of elimination brings me back there. 2 down now for Corey Dickerson. Tempted to steal second base. He has not thrown anything all that close to Dickerson. From my vantage point, they all look like easy takes. And now it's a 3-1 count. And there is a 5-pitch walk. So Sidney into scoring position. And they'll bring up Paul Goldschmidt now. We're going to steal some signs and take the lead. Two strikes. Hey, we should check to see he's got sticky substance on his ears. 0-2. He looked at it for strike 3, and that appeared to be right down the middle. Well, everybody, here we are. 9th inning, still down 1. The Pirates, they're looking to steal another one. David Bednar is the pitcher. He misses down and in with the 98-mile-per-hour fastball. He's got a slow breaking ball as well, so he's definitely got a few different speeds here he can throw at you. And that time we're late on it at 98. Chase the splitter low, and now a 1-2 count. On the ground, and it finds its way through into center, and Sidney has a 4-for-5 day. 3 singles and a double. We failed the challenge. Do we not get solid contact? That was kind of just in the right spot. So Sidney has done his part for sure. He's already driven in a couple runs. He's reached base 4 times. So now it's up to those behind him to have Sidney represent the tying run. And not get picked off either. Yeah, I bet 2-0 you'd love to steal an out that way. He's got to foul off a couple, though, first. Yep, there's the second one. All right, next one's going in play. I've seen this script before. Never mind. No way! They got him that time. 3rd throw over of the at-bat. And that's the game. We haven't gotten picked off in a while. That one comes at a really unfortunate time. Pirates steal it. And it's games like those we'll remember if we do end up losing this division. Giving up that big lead, getting picked off there in the 9th inning. But now we got to bounce back. Game 2 against the Pirates. Chopped. Again to the right side. A nice flip with Jarvis covering to end the inning. A lot of bouncing balls to the right side here. We're not getting enough lift. Not getting under the baseball very much so far. It's an RBI chance with the Cardinals already leading 4-0. We're going power swing here. We have a chance to get Jarvis out early. Tried to go for the high one there. Fouled it back. No homers yet in the episode. Whoa, it hit him. Sidney hit for the second time in the episode. So it's going to be bases loaded now for Nolan. That one's crushed to center field. And Arenado has opened this game up. It's 7-0. Make it 8. On one pitch. 35th of the season, and the Cardinals open it up big time. And they are into their bullpen now. Sidney in the air to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. And it is 2.5 feet outside the foul pole. So close. I didn't think that was going to trail foul like that. Had a pretty serious hook. They almost hit him again. Last thing you want here is to have at-bats and opportunities taken away by hit by pitches. 2-2. Out in front again. Kind of swinging at everything like it's a fastball. Base hit left field. Sidney reaches again. Couldn't do anything with Sidney on base, but we still have a very comfortable lead as we go to the 6th. 9-1. Pirates getting some good innings here, at least a lot of them out of Anthony Banda. 1 on. It's Sosa, of course, at first base. On the ground and rolled to short, and it's a rare double play for Sidney. Again, the ball is really just staying on the ground. And likely his last chance in this game. It's 9-2 St. Louis. Chris Stratton is the hitter. We're going as a lefty once again. Caught up to it, but I think I'm just a little lazy right now with the PCI. Not really moving it quickly. What happened on that one here? I moved it, though. I know I did. 0-2. Awful strikeout here in the 9th inning. Well, the game went very well. We scored 8 in the 2nd, so a 1-for-4 day for Sidney, but now 3 games into the video, he has not yet gone yard. His pace has been every 2.15 games. So, you know, we got to keep hitting home runs to maintain a good pace. Could really use one here in the series finale in Pittsburgh. So we're changing it up this time. Sosa is at third base instead of first. And Sidney looks for an RBI chance here to begin the game. Watch out. In the air, center field. Enough for a tag, but it's not going anywhere. And it should be 1-0 St. Louis. And now the bases are loaded. 1-0. We have only one thing on our mind in this at-bat. Adonis Medina is the pitcher. And this is in the air to right field. It drops in for a base hit. 1 run scores. They wave home the second and get him at the plate. Sidney with an RBI again. But he's not flashing the power in this episode. He has 1 extra base hit on a pitch that didn't have your typical extra base type of contact. It was a nice line drive put in the right spot, and it rolled like 150 feet all the way to the wall. So, the home run pace broken up a little bit today, but we still got plenty of time. Arenado jammed into shallow right field, and that one is caught to end the inning for the Cardinals. So Sidney gets 2 RBIs quickly in this game. We're happy about that. It's kind of the first time of the year where it's like, all right, we're starting to feel some pressure and urgency to get home runs. The first 63 have just kind of come more casually, I guess. A casual 63 home runs, you know. Just like the 7th most home runs of all time. No big deal. Whatever it is. We're in the 5th inning now. Runner at first again. That's Sosa. just late on it. Almost. I actually let that one go. I'm happy about that. A slurve misses in. Count now 2-1. It's always interesting facing pitchers who have a 5-pitch mix, because that's just a lot to worry about and think about. Got a lot of different options here. 3-1. Up the middle. Bouncing to short. And a beautifully turned... I'm not sure they... That was 2 down, wasn't it? They would have had the double play, basically. Into the gap, and Sydney will chase after it. The Pirates have already pulled off 1 comeback in this series, and they'll hope they have energy for 1 more in the finale. And they do tack on a run there in the 5th. They had another one in the 7th, so here we are in a tie game. The pesky Pirates will not go away. 2 apiece. Strike 1. Missing away now with the changeup. Counts out 1-2 with very little confidence here in anything. Missing again, it's 3-1. Advantage Sydney here against Lon Camacho. Hammered foul again out in front. Our best contact today has gone foul. Dropped in for strike 3 on the outside corner. He's not confident in anything. Having trouble finding the zone. And he just throws a beautiful slider like that on the outside corner. That wasn't an expectation of mine in that at-bat. But we did tack on a couple of runs, and now Sydney into the gap. Got this one. Pirates not done yet, but close. A runner at second. Line out, strikeout. Cardinals take the series. So Sydney hits a bunch of singles, gets some RBIs, but only 1 extra base hit so far in the episode. Here we are now, 5 games up in the Central. That's a decent gap. That is tough to close. So right now we're in a very good spot. Series against the Brewers will be coming up soon. But now we get to take on the Chicago Cubs, and we'll see if any of that power shows up for Sydney. Sean Manaea. Oh, I know we have not done well against him. I know it. Let me see those stats. Against Manaea in this series, 3 for 18. We're not good against Stroman either. Hopefully we get lucky and don't face him in this series. But as this home run streak chase becomes more the narrative, nothing here for Sydney, and there's a sinker right over the middle, begging to be a home run ball. Over the top of the circle, changeup, and Manaea is ahead. In the air, right center field. Has some carry, but not enough. 1 on here in the 3rd. 2-1 St. Louis. Now we have a 2-2 count against Sean Manaea. Just inside. Not an easy one to take there. Just didn't quite like it. Now full count. Kind of fooled on that one. Stopped at first base. They get... No, nothing at second. The throw went wide, and Sydney will reach on an error. Again, on the ground to the right side. But 2 on and 1 down now for Nolan Arenado. Nolan hits one up the middle. Nice play by Dansby Swanson. Double play to end the inning. 3 apiece. We enter the 5th inning. Bases empty and 2 down here for Sid. Why would I chase that one? Kind of overdoing it right now. This one is flied to center, but it's a routine play for the out. It's just not there for Sydney today. Not hitting the ball quite as hard as we're used to seeing. And we're done now against Mania. Again, we failed to get a hit. Alec Mills is the pitcher here in the 8th inning. It's tied. I almost was about a year ahead of that one. 78 slow inside. And he misses twice. We have good speed on the base paths. And again, I'm way off with the PCI. What is it? This one's in the air. Out to deep right. At the track. And coming in a couple steps, the catch is made. I thought maybe that one had a chance. Arenado hits the home run. So we're leading. But now this is the 5th game of the episode. We have no homers yet. This is like one of Sydney's coldest stretches in quite some time. But hey, at the end of the day, we're here to get wins. We did that. Nice start here against the Cubs despite the Sydney 0 for 4. Griffin Canning, oh boy. Those numbers are not stellar. And Sydney will come up with Sosa on first base yet again. Against Griffin Canning, we're 0 for 10. Man, the Cubs are just one of those teams we haven't had much success against. 1 on, 1 down. And that one's hit sharply but backhanded. And the throw to first gets him in time. What a stellar defensive play behind Griffin Canning. This one's hit really hard. A sliding stop, the flip, and the bare hand from Dansby. If that goes into Dansby's glove, he doesn't really have an easy chance to get that double play. Just feels like things aren't quite there for us right now. And now Dansby Swanson as a hitter, sending one towards Sid. Back at the track, a few feet short. Into shallow center, here's Sydney with a shoestring catch to close the 3rd inning. So Sydney's had a hit taken away due to some good defense, and now he flashes a little bit of what he can do in the field. Let's see that one again. You know, sometimes that ring is red, but Sydney's fast enough to actually make it a bit of a routine play. But this one's actually pretty tough. 2-1 to Sydney here in the 4th. They're pitching him pretty low. And now inside and missing. 3-1. High in the air, left center field. Fans on their feet. This one's back, and there's a homer for Sydney. 64 on the season. Finally, we go to the opposite gap. 383. Didn't exactly crush this one. He just hit it pretty well. There we go. 10 more of those, and the record is his. And it's Sosa at second base as Sydney tries again here in the 5th. All tied at 1 in this game. Griffin Canning still in. Wow, that was close. That's a tough one there. I always am a bit late on that inside slider. 1-2. No, just so late on that changeup right there. Sydney strikes out, and the game stays tied. Justin Steele is the new pitcher. The lefty faces Sydney in the 7th. Sosa at first. That's way up. Hammered to left field, and this one is also caught. The perfect swings have not yielded perfect results today, that's for sure. So we'll try it again. Same situation here in the 9th. Justin Steele facing Sydney. Sosa at first, 2 away. Strike 1 at the knees. And now in the air left field. This one is down and extra bases. Sosa to third. Waved around. Here's the throw. Oh. Well, we scored. I screwed that up. I'm assuming there's going to be a play at the plate. Did he not play that cleanly off the wall? I was looking to see if Sosa would round. He does, and he comes around to score on what is a double for Sid. Like, there it is right there. I'm assuming the throw is going home. He pumps it and throws to third instead. I was not expecting that whatsoever. That's a heads-up play there by Dansby. He probably doesn't get him at the plate, but I would assume in a tied game, you throw it anyway. Let's hope that last out at third base doesn't hurt. To the gap. Can we cut this off? Sidney does. And they're trying to get to second. Throw coming in. Not in time. A Madrigal double here in the ninth. Ground out, ground out. Game's over anyway. Sidney with the game-winning hit. And a win over the Cubs. I wonder at all if that Dansby throw to third was at all trying to get Sidney out because it was more of a sure thing. And you have a chance to score him out before the run comes across. Because that was not very, like, he had just barely passed home before Sidney got thrown out, basically. I gotta be careful in that next situation I encounter that because I was sure that throw would be going home. All right, Kyle Hendricks now in the first as we get Game 3 underway. Sidney with one homer in the episode. And he's trying to clip the inside and outside. Does that time. 2-1. And now the circle change gets the swing. 3 changeups already in the at-bat. And a fourth is fouled away. Good try. 3-2. They got the Kyle Hendricks sign in the crowd, too. That's so cool. Wasn't quite ready there. 3-2 on a changeup right over the plate. 6 changeups now. And a miss. They threw 7 changeups. Usually if you throw 7 changeups against me, I'll chase one for strike 3. 2 on, 1 down for Nolan. And it's under Sidney and into right field. Sosa will come home. I wasn't running that time. Nolan with a softly hit single that brings home the first run. Tyler O'Neill. Ooh, that was close. Here goes Sidney. And it's fouled back. This to me feels like the time. He's probably going to try to get him to chase something slow. And it's Kyle Hendricks. I mean, he's going to be pretty slow to the plate. Do we try it again? No. Ball 4. Bases loaded for Dickerson. And this one's foul. And now, back to the pitcher. And we score. Why did he not throw home? I am really confused by that play. It was just your standard tapper. Bases are loaded here. 1 hopper. Hendricks. You've got to throw that home. What is he thinking? You hear him make the catch. Sidney's like not even close. But the Cubs are hoping to answer here in the first. Andrew Heaney having some trouble with runners at the corners. Into center base hit and a run scores. First 3 reach off Andrew Heaney. And now Dansby Swanson having a pretty decent season. 2 more in scoring position for the Cubs. Shallow center. In comes Sid. I don't expect a throw. Oh, he's going to test him. The throw to the plate. Easy. Got him. I didn't think they'd actually go for it. It is a 3-2 ball game as we move ahead to the third. What was that? Yeah, you definitely got to sit back a little bit here against Kyle Hendricks. 1-2. Base hit center field. Sidney reaches again. Arenado to short. And there is a double play. In the air, drill deep to left field. This one's back, has a chance, and it's out of here. That wasn't even in the strike zone. Sidney went down for that one. Working on his golf swing with that. Which, speaking of, this week PGA 2K23 comes out. I'm planning on playing a little bit here on the channel. Sidney's not going to be golfing. He has baseball to play, but perfect little transition there, Sidney. I appreciate it. Second homer of the day. We got 65. And now 2 on, 2 down, bounce to the right side. That's a 1-pitch ground out. But yeah, with, Madden where it's at right now, we need a patch to continue the series. We don't know when that's going to come. We're hoping mid-October. I don't know if, that's this week, next week, if it gets delayed, because there are problems all over the game. And primarily it's online infrastructure. Ultimate Team can't release new promos without screwing the game up. And I guess they have some sort of battle pass in the game that doesn't even work. And players aren't getting rewards for other stuff. And then franchise has its problems with saving. Like, I don't know what it is, but there is a huge, huge mess. It's not just affecting franchise players. But hey, we're going to have some fun here playing Sidney. We're going to play some PGA at least a little bit. I don't know if I'll make a lot of content on there, but I've been looking forward to this game and wondering where it is for over a year now. I assumed it would be a yearly title, but it appears they wanted to take their time to put out what hopefully ends up being a quality game, which is pretty refreshing for sports games. Especially after I imagine PGA 21 sold well. Cardinals win the game. I think we just swept the Cubs. Got a couple of home runs in that one. Great stuff out of Sidney Jean-Charles. So, I'll be playing PGA, Sidney, and then I got an idea for a mini-series here that I've been wanting to do, and I think now would be the perfect time. I want to play one more game here against the Reds. We have a nice winning streak going. I'm not going to spoil what the mini-series is. It's not like a Road to Glory or NFL Street. It is in franchise, but it's not going to be on Madden 23. All I'm going to say is I had to get Madden 20 installed on my console today for what I'm about to do. But hopefully that series can, the Vikings can be continued very soon. I really just want to see these issues ironed out, but the fact that we didn't get an emergency update already, to me, says that it's probably a complicated issue. Because I've seen serious issues related to franchise mode fixed in the past relatively quickly. But I don't recall what that was. I just know that, we've seen these patches be put out before. This one is hit to short. And it's a ground out for Arenado here in the first. We have to advance Sosa to third or better. Justin Dunn is the pitcher. On the ground to short. We've seen a lot of double play type of balls hit by Sydney today. They didn't get him there, but almost did. Got a good jump on that one. And Sydney is into second base. Oh, but Arenado strikes out. Chased that one badly. That's a base hit center field. They'll test the arm of Sydney once again. One hop to the plate and not in time. The Reds have taken the lead here in the 5th inning. And it's still the same score as we try again here in the 6th against Justin Dunn, a pitcher we're 3 for 10 against in the series with 1 homer. Base is empty to lead off the 6th inning. Ooh, just missed it. And now the slurve gets fouled away for the 2nd strike. He's got a lot of confidence in that slurve right now. 2-2. Off the plate. What do you think here? 3-2. Could we see the slurve again? Wow, there it is. A slider actually. Inside to chase it. And now runners at the corners here for the Reds. Max Schrock is the hitter. Towards Sydney. Do they try it? They can't help themselves. Tagging up from third. Sydney got him this time. You just can't throw it any better than that. But hey, we still have to score if we want a chance. Runner at first. Sydney will now be the new runner at first base as he is intentionally walked. And again, it's up to Arenado instead of Sydney. Justin Dunn is still in the game, having a really good outing. 2 on, 2 down. That's high. Is that a foul? I can't tell. From the line, got him in time. What a play. And Dunn gets out of the inning. Man, that hurts when you don't have a chance there. You get intentionally walked, and you just got to hope that it happens. And that is it for Sydney in this game. Nice win there for Justin Dunn. He ends up almost going the distance. So that is going to do it for Sydney today. A decent episode. I mean, he had a lot of hits, a lot of singles, a couple home runs. Not the most prolific episode, but still one to be pretty happy with, as we are 4.5 games up on the Brewers and have now clinched a postseason spot, in case there was any drama surrounding that. But now we got 2 more against the Reds and then our last 4 against the Brewers. And we'll see where the division race is after that pivotal series. 1 more interleague series against the Blue Jays as well. And then more of the same division opponents to end September. That is going to do it for this episode, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please drop a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel and be on the lookout for more of Sydney and some other different content this week as we await, hopefully, an update from Madden sometime soon. See you all next time. Have a great day.